Well, there it is, completely set up, and it's as hard as a rock. It's almost like you take a piece of sandpaper and try to sand it. It's like sanding glass. I mean, it's not like your standard JB weld. Yet it just really doesn't really do much damage to it. So kind of got this little well, redneck lathe here fashioned up like this, and try to see what I can do with it. Kind of get the idea here. Backyard style. Making some good progress. Well, it's starting to get there. Tell you what, I never thought it would plane down that well, but I think I can finish the rest of this up with a little bit of emery paper here. Get her just about right. It's not bad. Well, it's come along pretty damn good. Just by looks of it, it looked fine, but if I put a micrometer on here, nice, easy fit right here. Get over here, it's got a little more meat to take off of. So there is a little bit of method to the madness, I guess you might say. So take off a little bit more. And it's getting damn close down. This is right where the seal rides, right here. Just a little bit tight. Well, all I can say is I'm thoroughly impressed, and I don't even think I'm going to bother trying to put the proverbial speedy sleeve on there, which I just received here. See the whole idea here. It's going upside down. They work damn good, but I'm so impressed with how hard this finish is. I mean, to tell you, it takes quite a bit to take a lot off, to take anything off there, really. I mean, it's the hardest thing I've ever really seen. I mean, it blows away any type of epoxy. I was talking to a guy that worked out in the phosphate mines today, and said that their water pumps would get tore up really bad inside, and that would be the only thing that was wrong with the housing, and they'd actually take and smear this all up on the inside and smooth it all out, and would basically save them from having to replace the pump. Oh, by the way, you can see here I did break the fan, so one more thing to fix, but I don't think I'm going to put the sleeve on there. I mean, it just feels so perfect. Definitely happy with that. Hopefully she'll be leak free. I got some of this stuff glass beaded, but the guy's glass beater was working about as good as the economy, so yeah, I got it as good as I could get. I just got tired of standing there. You can remember how much crap was in this thing. I mean, it looked like it snowed in there. You got to be careful with some of this. Stuff gets a little pitted after a while. Cool. I epoxied the fan blade, so knock that on and knock the bearing on and put this thing together, and then got the old bearing mounted. Of course, it's a budget build here. It's getting cheaper all the time because I'm not even going to use that damn wear sleeve. And install my plate. It'll take two hands. Pump, got that assembled. Turns over nice. And got the seal in the housing. Now this came with the kit, but it's not shown. Looks like a good enough place for it. Slide it down here. A little bit of a baffle if it leaks again. Hey, probably I'll throw some silicone. Yeah, ain't gonna matter. Alright, got the pump housing mounted. Next thing is the mechanical seal. I already have the other one driven in here, as you can plainly see. And these things here, these rotary screw air compressors used to use the same seal. And then they had these problems with them failing. And they went to a rubber lip seal, quite an elaborate rubber lip seal, like a 3-4 piece rubber lip seal with Teflon parts and all kinds of shit in the wear sleeve, and it's just a pain in the ass. But back in the day they had a rash when these things started going bad, and they just couldn't figure out what the problem was, so they switched over to the lip seal. But so these things here, the most critical area is I use your carbon face seal right here as the car goes by. Volkswagen action. Microbus. But at any rate, so what I have here is a dish of soapy water. I'd probably use oil if it was, you know, an air compressor or something like that. But I'm just a little leery of the oil and that the Loctite product. So all I'm going to do is just soak this in here rather. Apply just a little bit of this on here. Right down on there, and then push down on the little rubber ring. And that's the part right there that was leaking before. And then we get our impeller. Screw that right down. And it'll be the same thing all over again. We switch it around and grab the tang on the back of the motor. Put our new impeller seal on here. Try not to break it. Put the diffuser back on. Then you got the housing here and the housing gaskets, and I think I'm going to take the liberty of use a little of this Dow Corning 111. Just a damn good synthetic, excuse me, a silicone grease, high temperature and whatnot. Helps hold it in place too. If you ever get a situation where you can't, you have an O-ring that's got to fit above you. Of course, this thing is probably better off to put it over here on the other side here, I think. Oh yeah, for sure. But I think we can get the other one right on here. This is the one that needs to stick. The other one sits on the pump end over here. Set that right in there. Work it in where it's supposed to go. Be easier than trying to get it in the other groove. And then back down over here. Alright. Something I kind of noticed here, it looks like there's a little bit of play here in where the diffuser goes as far as the inside gap clearance goes. I just had it kind of haphazardly cocked like that, and I could see a big groove here and a small one here, so I got to imagine that you want this about as even as you can get it. But I'm not a pump guy when it comes to water pumps. Just load the top back on. I guess I'll use these nasty old bolts that I had from before. I don't have any stainless ones, so they ain't that bad. Well, there you have it, assembled. I'm just going to throw some paint on it. On a different note, how does everybody like the new channel layout, the mandatory channel layout? Personally, I really think it sucks ass. You can't really do anything with it, but, you know, what's your opinion? What do you guys think of it? I don't think I've heard any really good comments about it yet. Let me know what you think. Well, there it is. Even threw some paint on it. Looks awfully pretty. Will it work without leaking? That'll be the question. That'll be the test for tomorrow. Stay tuned. By the way, here's the old Quincy, still hanging in there.